Hello, you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie on good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. This is a combination final review video of two dramas that I've each made a first impression video on. 江照黎明, The Crack of Dawn on Mango Television, and 人世间, A Lifelong Journey from 爱奇艺. First, 江照黎明, The Crack of Dawn. When I made my first impression video, it was about halfway. Something like that, slightly before that. I can't remember exact number, but does not matter that much. And I did watch through this entire drama, every minute. By the time the drama got to episode 22, I was like that picture, basically. And then the last two episodes aired epic failure. If I have to give it overall score, I'll still put it at least in the middle, okay? Let's say slightly above the middle, but barely hitting one gold mine. And then if I have to be more specific about the rating of this drama, I'd say the first half, very generally speaking, I can give it a 2 gold mine. When it hits the last third, it starts to become a really landmine / gold mine drama. And then the last 3 episodes definitely falls below the middle line. I'll give it like at least 1 landmine. And the last bit of the drama, I really just want to kick it in the butt and then make it 2 landmines. So I'm definitely gonna rant a bit here, but before that, I'll still say a couple of positive things about this drama. First positive thing is, if you are a Ma Sichun fan, I think this is her best performance and best work in recent years in Dramaland. And she doesn't look like she's gonna make another drama anytime soon, if you follow gossips and, you know, celebrity news. So this may be the one thing that you can chew on for a long time to come. The second point of this drama, I really did enjoy some parts of the interactions between the male and female lead, Bai Ke and Ma Sichun, playing this unconventional couple. They never really were a couple until much later in the drama, and then there's things to rant about that too. But I enjoyed parts of their interactions, and I do like Bai Ke playing the main male lead. So these are the 2 positive leftover things about this drama after the whole thing finished running. Now, hear me rant about why this drama crashed very epically for me, in the order of increasing importance. First, overall, this drama depicts very unrealistic and lazy policeman work. It's like a huge police station and only 2 people work on it. I'm not saying in reality there aren't very lazy policemen who don't do their jobs properly. But for crime mystery type of drama, if the policeman who is supposed to stand for justice and stand for the challenge against the crime and the bad people, if they're so weak, then whatever happens in the end, even if it's for sure the triumph of the justice or whatever, it just feels so unexciting, undeserving. You guys, like, you get paid doing your job. Can't you just do it better? Second, at certain point, the plot starts to completely lose control of logic and no longer make sense. For me, it was the point when our female lead character played by Ma Sichun's mother went to kidnap Yu Hong. That was when the whole thing lost me. I was like, that is absolutely stupid. How it actually got resolved and the 3 women actually sit down and had dinner and then talked through it and then planned to go to police in this like coherent plan of, who thought of that? Oh my god, like, it's just so illogical and doesn't make sense in so many ways. And pretty much from that point onwards, a lot of things that happens in this drama does not make sense. That whole sequence of the bad guy getting into Bai Ke's apartment, trying to set fire, and how he kicks out the female lead and tries to save her, but then put himself in danger, and then the whole thing burned down. Like, that whole sequence, there are so many ways that logical people would deal with this situation that tries to save everybody in this situation, not put themselves in danger, and then just the sequences of things. If you watch that part of the drama, every logical person can think of other ways to deal with the situation where it wouldn't end up looking like what it looks like in the drama. And the singular purpose of doing that is trying to put our male lead in some kind of danger, I don't know, so that it makes the audiences care more about it. And I thought, this is probably how bad it's gonna get, right? Like, it cannot get worse. Well, I was wrong, because episode 22, I think, they had the encounter with the bad guy at this unfinished building thing. If you've watched that part, like, that entire sequence is laughable. in its setup, in its logic, in its resolution, and in its process. Every step in the whole thing does not make sense. When he was falling, there's this slow-mo shot and you don't see what's really, at the bottom of this building. I was like, how are they gonna get him out of it? Well, next episode, he landed on a freaking air cushion that's already there. You cannot make that air cushion, whatever, show up in 2 seconds. They don't see it, and then by the time he hit the ground, it's there. Like, how can you make that happen? So that thing is already there, and somehow, I don't know, the bad guy or Ma Sichuan, like, neither of them saw it until, like, the guy hit on it. Does not happen in our 3-dimensional physical space called Earth here. So when I saw the end of 22 and beginning of 23, I'm like... The writer has totally given up. The director has given up. Everybody on this crew has given up the logic of the whole thing, and it's a crime drama. A drama that started with a rather mysterious murder, and seemingly everybody has their hand in this whole thing, rather exciting and dark and stuff. It ended up like a joke. And then, to add a little bit insult on the end of the whole thing, when I thought, okay, so the logic part of this whole thing has fallen, but then can we say the message part can still be saved? No. They will step on the shit again to just make it splash further. First is, at the end of this drama, you see our female lead spend her heart-saved wanting to buy apartment money on the ex-husband's mother's surgery, who is an absolute piece of shit human being. Plus, the ex-husband was a murderous psycho. And just because he's dead, and she somehow feels she's responsible for the mother-in-law. Why? That woman is horrible. And then our female lead has to shine with this holy bitch light, like a white lotus growing out of the most pure water of this whole world. I don't know. And she's like, I'm gonna spend like 300,000 RMB on her surgery. And then you also look at how the female lead and male lead, at the end, they kind of formed a new pack. I don't know if they're gonna get married or something, like she finds hope and whatever. Baika's character, at least so far in this drama, you watch and you feel like, yeah, he's a not bad person. But it's so weird from Ma Sichuan, this female lead character's perspective. She just got out of attempted murder on her from her ex-husband, who is a terrible person. She just suffered a marriage that gave her so much trauma. And she immediately just gets into a relationship with another guy, and just because that guy seems to be a nice person, therefore everything is perfect. At least you should take more time to think through it and test if that person is really, You never know. People are very complicated. They might be nice, or they may have helped you at one thing now, but it doesn't mean that they're impeccable, for the future things, and they cannot turn into... At least I just don't feel it makes sense that she immediately feels it's all okay, and just because the guy is good, therefore I'm safe. So basically, 江照李明 Crack of Dawn fails at 2 major things, which is first, mystery murder drama that doesn't make sense, and the resolution looks like a child's play, so... funny. Then, in the message part, when the beginning seems serious, seems looking at some very important social issues, and then it just gives you a slap in your face solution at the end. Yeah, my heater agrees with that too, because it starts running at the moment I'm finished renting. So, Crack of Dawn. Oh heavens. Now let's move on to talk about A Lifelong Journey, 人世间, the super long 58 episode saga drama of a family across pretty much 5 decades in China's history. Like I said in my first impression, this is a great drama. So by the end of it, I would say, if I'm being super strict, if everything has to be perfect to get a 3 gold mine, this drama probably is a 2.8. There's still a couple of things I'm not very happy about it, but overall this drama gave me so many good moments and I enjoyed it so much. I will give it a 3 gold mine with a little bit added on inflation on my scoring. I think it deserves a good score, and because of how big it is, it's a lot of effort to make such a drama. For a shorter drama such as Reset, to get a high score, it's much easier than say let a 58 drama with that many characters in it to get it, because you have many more opportunities to fail and screw up. This drama is iQIYI's 2022 drama by far the highest heat, like popularity. They have this score within their own platform that counts probably traffic, reactions, all types of data in the back end, and get to a score that nobody knows how they get the count. But to give you an idea, this is the first one that has passed score 10,000 this year. Last year, there was only one drama that did it, which was My Heroic Husband. So that's really hard. Thinking about 人世间 being less about driven by popular young actors, traffic actors, popular IP, internet web novel, it's totally a different breed of drama, and it can get to this point. It means it has a really wide audience base. Because I really like this drama, I'm gonna reverse the order. Yeah, and talk about things I don't like first, and then what I really appreciate about it. Really, there's only one significant thing that I don't like about this drama. Everything else are pretty inconsequential. That is the depiction of the character Zhou Rong, played by Song Jia. I haven't read the original novel, I have to confess, but I did read some people's comment on it who have read the novel and also watched the drama. But even if you take that opinion out, just look at the drama itself, I feel the writers are being really unfair in the depiction of Song Jia's character. They pretty much made her the target for most of the negative audience's reactions on any characters. She is the target, and pretty much every bad words people say about characters come to her. Because this drama has done very well for pretty much every other character to present the likable and not so likable part of them. There are only a couple of characters who are almost completely, fully likable. Everyone else has sides. For example, the Qiao Chunyan character. She has extremely lovely aspects of her personality, and you see this person has integrity, has kindness, has love in so many things. But then she has extremely selfish things she does. It both gets represented very well. So you have this really complicated character set up throughout the 58 episodes. Sometimes she's unforgivable, sometimes she's just the most lovely person. I think it's a fair way of writing characters in this type of saga drama, just because over 40-50 years, you're gonna come across so many occasions of people doing all kinds of different things, and there's bound to be actions that they do that just move you to tears, and then it's bound to be certain occasions you just like, what the heck are you doing? And that's one of the attractive things of watching saga drama of characters. In comparison, Zhou Rong's character hardly has any lovely moments out there. She's just like written as such a cold-hearted, cool-headed, only care about her own big ambitions and dreams about her career or aspirations. That's so detached from the groundedness of the rest of the story. She's written as a really unlikable person, and it's worse that she's kind of singled out as the comparison to Ying Tao's character, who is the total opposite. The almost completely not have herself, the sacrificial, traditional, home-based woman who is probably the ideal wife for a lot of the men in this world. I just feel this dark undercurrent of the dislike from the writers and a kind of very harsh look on this type of woman, which I don't think it's very fair. That's the main thing that I don't like about this drama. Pretty much everything else, I have to say, it's just so enjoyable. I think the greatest thing after watching this whole drama that I would say that other dramas don't give me, and I'm not just saying 2022, pretty much ever since I started this channel, hardly any drama has managed to do this one thing, which is almost every episode, or at least every other episode, a couple of scenes will show up in this drama that make you want to cry. Biological reactions of your nose and your eyes and your heart. I can't recall another one that has managed to do it. And this drama pretty much brings that up very steadily and evenly across the 58 episodes. And I think for this type of drama, this is the greatest thing it can achieve, is it pulls on your heartstring. So I enjoyed the cathartic experience of watching this drama so much. I don't think there's another drama that did this well in the last couple of years at this intensity and quality. Then great acting across the board, very high overall average ability from the very young to the middle-aged to the older actors, all very good. Not gonna praise it anymore, it's just great. Then finally, I would say I absolutely love the leading couple. Although this is ensemble drama, if you have to pick, you would say Lei Jiaying and Yin Tao's characters are the leading couple of the drama, holding every other characters together. What a great screen couple! An actor and actress playing this long, stretched out relationship from when they were young to middle age to getting older. They have gone through so many challenges and ups and downs in their life. They embody the characters. They make it their unique characters that once you've watched it, you just cannot imagine anyone else take their position. They are the one that, for this one particular character, the perfect choice. And I love how the drama ends. It is these two characters walking on this tree-covered lane, just the two of them holding an umbrella and talking when they are pretty old, like in their 50s, 60s. And that one line, oh my god, a golden one-liner. It's like writing an essay, in school, and you have the finish line written so well that the teacher would just do it, tick on it. It's a great line, great ending, and give you extra 10 points, that type of thing. This drama has that. And I can't even say these days dramas do that anymore. So many dramas don't care about their ending. They're very casual about the ending. They just end it. Whereas this drama, golden ending. The spirit of this drama represented by this couple walking together, like they've walked their life together. It's a symbolism for how they've supported each other throughout their lifetime. And then they said this line. Lei Jiaying said, if we have next lifetime, we have to be a couple. Again, I have to marry you, you have to marry me again. And she just jokingly replies in Chinese, 想得美. 想 is thinking, thinking is verb. You're gonna define what kind of thinking it is. 想得美, 美 is beautiful. Here, as a word, 想得美 usually means you're dreaming. Dream on, okay? You're thinking about something that is too great, I'm not gonna give you. And with her tone, she's joking. She's like, yeah, dream on, okay? I'm not gonna marry you next lifetime. And then Lei Jiaying's reply is the best line written and playing totally at the intricacy of Chinese language itself, which is 想想就美. So if you look at 想得美 and 想想就美, first you can see, even if you don't read Chinese, there are repeated characters, two of them, 想 and 美. And then there's a type of different use of it. So in the reply, 想想就美, 想想就美, you break that up as the meaning. 想想, double thinking, thinking. In contemporary Chinese, when you put two verbs together like this, it emphasizes on the initiation of an action. If you say 看看, which means take a look, just take one look, see. If you say 听听, which means take a listen, it emphasizes on first take that action and then just do it once. 想想 means even if I just think about it once, right? Emphasizing on that initiation and then once. 就美. 就 is a character that has many ways of using it and under different circumstances means different things. But here it means immediately. Just by thinking of it once, immediately it feels 美. 美 is beautiful, pretty, but it could also mean the great experience, the experience that brings you so much happiness. So she says, dream on. I will have to think about it, whether I want to do it. And he replies, wow, just by thinking it makes me so happy and feels like the greatest thing in the world. And because of it's Chinese, so it's super short and it's very similar. 想得美, 想想就美. And that ends this drama. So well written. I haven't seen a drama for a long time that can end on a line that's so cleverly written, so perfectly fitting the characters and just means so much. Fits the entire vibe of this whole story over the 58 episodes. And then it plays on the language itself. The best ending line of a drama I've heard for a long time. Overall, I'm so happy that I watched this drama. This drama happened now so early on in 2022, set up my expectation very high. If you're in regions where it's not available or it's not in your subtitle language, all I can say is fingers crossed that you get it soon. I do know Disney Plus has bought this drama. Let's hope the rest of the year can give us more dramas like A Lifelong Journey and fewer dramas like The Crack of Dawn. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.